Sir, it's been such a long process, but is there finally a sense that the process of justice, whichever way it goes, we are one decisive step closer to that being served, justice being served? In this case, it's been 8 years already.
Vishnu, the BJP and the Congress are all claiming victories. But actually this is a victory for the rule of law in this country, and this is a victory for the SIT. You may remember that when Mr. Modi did not appear on March the 21st, the credibility of the SIT was greatly damaged. Now that Mr. Modi has appeared on March the 27th and submitted himself to very rigorous interrogation, 5 hours and more as we speak now, this just suggests that the SIT is doing its job properly. Now to assume, and they want answers to all those questions, but we cannot assume because there is no smoking gun. There is a lot of circumstantial evidence to implicate Mr. Modi, but we don't have a smoking gun. And this is for the first time that questions are being asked to Mr. Modi, and I must congratulate Mr. Modi in some ways that he has submitted himself to such rigorous examination. 5 hours and more. So therefore this is a very serious exercise that is taking place. We should not trivialize it, and therefore what we should assume is that the SIT and Mr. Malhotra are doing a job. Now what they conclude from the investigation, what happens in the interrogation, is he finally nailed? That's a different point, but the processes of law are certainly going through, and we should be very happy that der aaye par durust aaye.
It's the credibility of the criminal justice system in the country. That's what you're saying, right, sir?
Yes, I'm saying that, yes.
So, would you at the same time agree that there is a mockery which is going on in Gujarat, various political parties trading charges all through the day? That's what political parties tend to do in this sort of thing. But the Gujarat Congress suggesting that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court not share the dais with Narendra Modi on a visit to Gujarat tomorrow, is that perhaps somewhat absurd? Because it seems to suggest that this man is guilty without a trial taking place.
I don't agree with that at all. Mr. Modi is not guilty. Mr. Modi is being interrogated. Mr. Modi is for the first time being questioned. These are very serious questions. But to suggest that he should not function as the Chief Minister of Gujarat or that the Chief Justice of India should not share a dais with him is completely wrong. But because at this time Mr. Modi is simply being questioned. I'm glad he's being questioned. I'm glad he's being asked very difficult questions. But to assume from there that Mr. Modi is guilty, I think that would be jumping the gun a bit.
Okay,
and therefore
last question to you, sir. We're running terribly short on time. In the past, we've seen that the BJP has gained substantially every single time Narendra Modi or the entire issue of Gujarat or Godhra comes about. Do you believe that after his questioning on this particular occasion, the BJP in Gujarat would actually stand to gain?
Well, I think, you know, the whole country wants a closure on this 2002 matter. I mean, there is a great deal of circumstantial evidence to suggest that Mr. Modi was neck deep in the massacres. But, you know, in a court of law, you need evidence, and we haven't got evidence, and this is the first time that Mr. Modi is being questioned. To that extent, this is a blow for Mr. Modi's image. But on the other hand, you must also say that Mr. Modi has lived up to the letter and spirit of the law by submitting himself to such a rigorous and meticulous examination. So I think there are two sides to this story, but I think to say from here that the SIT or the Supreme Court will conclude that Mr. Modi was guilty or Mr. Modi was innocent, that is premature. We have, the processes are now functioning, the processes are moving forward, and let us wait for the conclusion.
All right, Mr. Mehta, thank you very much for joining us. Jenna and Vyas, thank you, sir. Thank you, Zakia ji, and Jayanti Natarajan also, thank you very much for being with us. Narendra Modi being questioned for the second time today by the special investigating team constituted by the Supreme Court to investigate the role of the Gujarat government and indeed his role and the Gujarat riots in its entirety. That's happening just now.